Hi YouTube. So today I'm going to try to put some power onto the drum on one of my compactors. Let me show you real quick. So here we have one of my compactors. This has an unpowered drum. It only has power to the rear wheels, which kind of sucks performance wise. So I'm going to try to convert this to have power on the drum as well. So these are the parts that you need in order to convert this compactor. I'm still missing the motor mounts, which I'm printing over here. If you already built one of the compactors, this will be a quick and easy conversion. Now I'm going to let this printer finish because it's making a lot of noise in the background. So I'll see you soon. So the motor mount is finished. This motor mount is made for two motors. We got the drive motor and of course the vibration motor, which is already inside here. Now the way this works is we got the motor mount, which will sit inside of here like so. And this part goes inside the drum, inside here. And if you've built one of these compactors, you know there's two big bearings in here. And the bearings will sit on this lip right here. So we got the drive motor centered inside the drum right here. And then we got this drive axle or this cog wheel if you want. It will sit on the motor, and this is what powers the drum. This will sit inside of these grooves right here. Now the old drum also has these grooves, which you can see right here, but they don't go all the way through. So unfortunately you have to print the new drum in order to make this work. But that's enough babbling from me. Let's just start the conversion. Well, that was not quite as easy as I had hoped. I didn't remember that I actually glued these bearings into the inside of the drum, which made it super hard to get them out. Well, anyway, now that everything is out, I can start over and begin assembling the new parts. So let's go. So as usual, I made these a little too loose, so I'm going to have to put some tape around there to fix this slop.
Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word. I know what's up, you can have it all. Watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
So the motors are now mounted onto the motor mount. Now this will then be mounted onto this piece right here. I'm going to use these long screws because they fasten everything very tight and good. So here we can see the motors are now mounted on the inside of what is supposed to be the drum. Now this will vibrate and this will drive the drum. So the next thing to do is mount the drive cogwheel onto the motor. So this is a 6mm flange coupling. Now these are great to use when you mount parts onto motors. Now remember 6mm on the inner diameter right here, because the axle shaft on the motor is 6mm. And as always, I'm going to add a little gel glue onto the end of this axle shaft. This will help everything stay in place. If you don't use Loctite or a gel glue, the small set screw on this will eventually screw itself out. So this will come loose, which is why I use this glue. Before I mount this drum onto the cogwheel, I'm going to put a little weights in here around the motors, because right now I feel like there's absolutely no weight at all. And of course a compactor, yeah, you're gonna need a little weight. So I'm going to slide a few weights around here and then we'll put on the drum. And that's really how easy it was to convert this to have a drive. Now I'm going to put this onto the compactor and we will test it. Of course I have to solder these wires and re-solder the wires for the vibrator.
best. Say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibition. I'll show you again. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know. Getting high, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay beside you. I'm never letting you go. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know, but I will guide you home. But I will guide you home. But I will guide you home. Fight your battles, always by yourself. In the shadows, hear you cry for help. Cry for
So what I'm doing right now, I'm running the wires from the drive motor inside the drum, and I'm going to attach it onto this ESC just to make sure that it spins the correct way. I need this to spin the same way as this, obviously. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to put these wires onto the ESC and see if they turn the correct way before I solder them on. And also I should mention, I think I put 27 RPM motors on these wheels. Now unfortunately I didn't have a 27 RPM motor, so the one inside the drum is 35, I think. So the drum will spin a little faster, but I'm ordering a new motor for the drum later. So when you convert your compactor, make sure that the RPM inside the drum is the same as the drive motors on the wheels. Now there are other ways to fix this, like you can run a separate ESC on the drum and then mix these two together. Then you can adjust the wheel speed on the drum and the rear tires separately. But I'm not going to waste another ESC when there's about maybe 10, not even 10 RPM difference. So we'll see how this goes. This is just for testing anyway, so I'm ordering a new motor inside here. Anyway, let's continue. Well, the good news is that the drum is spinning. The bad news is that I'm actually putting the wires onto the wrong ESC. Well, I'm going to find out which ESC is the correct one, and I'll be back. So I got the correct ESC this time, and let's see if the drum spins. Yes, it does. Alright, so I'm going to solder the wires and fix the electronics, and then I'm going to remount the front, and I'll see you once that is done and we can test this thing. So before I wrap up this video, we're going to bring this outside now and test it a little. So it's currently raining outside, but we'll give it a spin anyway. Yeah, it's way better. How did I manage that? Oh, wow. Well, this went from a compactor to a rock crawler. You can go crawling with this now. Wow, look at this. Having power to a drum helps so much, man. This is so much better. Alright, well, I think we've seen enough. And grab the update. It's coming to cults right as we speak. Well, that went much better than I expected. Anyway, that wraps up this video. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.